back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Bree. This is Balancing Life with Bree, and today I'm going to show you 4 meals that I'm going to be making this week to keep myself on track. So if you're new here, like I said, my name's Bree. I do Weight Watcher / calorie counting content. I talk about my workouts, I do clothing hauls, all that kind of stuff. So if any of that interests you, make sure to subscribe down below. First, wanted to apologize for my hair. It's being wet. I honestly have not felt the greatest the past couple days. That's why I didn't have anything for you guys on Thursday, because I had like the stomach bug earlier this week, and now my allergies, I'm assuming it's my allergies, something is flaring up. So I have not felt very good. But Scott is the best, and he went to the grocery store for me. So I have all the stuff that I need for this video and then to make for this week. So yeah, let's just get right into it. This first thing, I'm going to be making taco bombs, which I haven't made in a very, very long time. I love making these. I used to make them with ground chicken, still probably should have done that, but my brain wasn't thinking when I was making my list. I was just like, oh, ground beef. But if you want this to be lower calorie and lower points, if you're on Weight Watchers or healthy, I would definitely get ground chicken. But first things first, you're gonna need, I also didn't say this is like a scheduled Sunday video, so I'm gonna show you all the ingredients that you need. So buckle up, get your list ready, because I'm gonna be telling you what you need for all these recipes this week. That's how you know my brain's a little frazzled right now. Anyway, first thing you're gonna need is biscuits. So I just get these Grand Southern home style biscuits, just like the big old biscuits. And basically how you're gonna make this is take a biscuit, flatten it out completely, cook up some ground chicken, or I got my Laura's lean ground beef. Cook this up with a taco seasoning, and then you're gonna cook up your meat, put it on top of the spread out biscuit, and then make the biscuit into a ball and kind of pinch it together. You can add cheese inside the biscuit, or you can add cheese on top, or you can do both. It doesn't really matter. It just depends on how cheesy you want them. But I'm using this mild cheddar cheese. I already had this in the fridge. Clearly you can tell I did not have to buy this today. But mild cheddar cheese, put those on top. I've made these plenty of times before. And then if you're feeling a little saucy, spicy, you could add some jalapeno peppers on top. And then I always dip mine in sour cream, so light sour cream. So depending on if you use ground chicken versus ground beef, that will change the point values. When I used to make these with ground chicken, they were about 6 points on the WW Blue plan. So I know all the plans have changed, but roughly that's what it was. These are very, very good and very, very filling. So you can have like 1.5 or 2 and you're like set, good to go. Or you can have 1 and make a couple sides. It's all dependent, but these are amazing and I cannot wait to make them. I'm probably gonna be making them tonight. And yeah, let's get into our next recipe. Okay, so this next recipe is from Pound Dropper, and it's about 3 to 8 points depending on what plan you're on, and 328 calories. So this is her, I will make sure to have this in the description by the way, but her chicken Florentine creamy pasta, and I am very, very excited. I haven't made it before, but all the ingredients, I had a lot of them already, so it kind of just like worked out this week. Again, simple meals, I have volleyball 1, but 2, I was gonna try to use up some like extra cans and stuff I had around the house and not have to like buy a bunch of stuff, and this recipe kind of hit the head on that one. So what you're gonna need for this recipe, first thing is some spinach. So I have this baby spinach. I had some of that from last week left over as well. Some chicken broth. This is the pasta that I use. This is the Barilla Protein Plus. I definitely recommend this pasta. It's really, really good, but the recipe calls for just like pasta noodles. So, but these are the ones that I'm gonna be using this week. Some part skim mozzarella cheese. Some fire roasted diced tomatoes. These are seriously so good. I like the Hunt's one. I'm a brand girl just on these. Any other, I don't really care, but I think these just taste like super, super good. Some half and half. Chicken, Kroger. This is like a huge thing of chicken. I was like, geez Louise, you can knock someone out with that freaking chicken breast. You're gonna need Parmesan cheese, garlic, salt, pepper, and the last ingredient that you're going to need is an onion. As you guys know, if you've been here for a while, these are the onions that I use. They're just already pre-chopped. You just cook them up really quick. This recipe seems really, really easy. It's a 1-pot meal, which those are my favorite because you just cook everything and throw it in together, mix it, you're done. So I will update you guys on what I think about this on my Instagram. I'll put my Instagram down here. I have not been as active on Instagram recently, but I'm trying to get back into it. I just have like a million things going on, and I've also been like sick constantly. So fingers crossed I can get more active on that, but I will give you guys the deets on what I think about this meal. But let's get into our next recipe. Okay, so the next recipe is from the Skinny-ish dish, and it is a creamy chicken bubble up bake. I have not made this in probably over a year. I forgot about it, and I was scrolling through my Instagram to give myself some ideas for this week, and I was like, why haven't I made that? So it is about 315 calories per serving. The points will vary. If you do click on the link in my description for this recipe, she does help you pick like your exact point value. So if you decide to make this, that's where you can find your point values for the personal plan. But this is a very low ingredient. You probably already have a lot of them. And as I told you guys before, I kind of like to double dip on ingredients because it makes my grocery bill cheaper. I don't know about you guys, but groceries are skyrocketing. So I'm trying to save some coin the best way possible. So for this recipe, what you're gonna need is chicken. So I have that pack of chicken breasts. You're going to need some sour cream, some scallions, another can of biscuits, 1 can of 98% fat-free cream of chicken, some more cheese, a little bit of this ranch seasoning powder. I love this stuff, and bacon bits. And if you've been making any of the recipes that I've been making, you probably have the ranch seasoning already. You probably already have some bacon bits. If you had some green onions from last week still hanging out, you know, like I said, I like to use as much ingredients as possible to try not to waste a bunch of food. So I will put a picture right here of the time that I made this. I know I made it a couple times, but I don't know why. I just forgot about it. It's also another one that's super easy because you put the biscuits, you cut them up, and the bottom base is just straight biscuit, and it is so stinking good. And then the creamy, like the cream of chicken, you mix with your chicken. I am so excited to make this. I think I might make this on Tuesday probably, because I have a volleyball. I will try to make this for the video it won't be going up this Thursday, but next Thursday I'll try to make it for that. That is a good plan. Go me. There's just like a little insight of my YouTube brain. That's how it works. But anyway, I'm probably going to be making this Tuesday, showing you guys how to make it, and you guys can see how I make it, not this Thursday, but next Thursday. And so I will say I am a little disappointed in Kroger, one, because I did click list everything and Scott went to go pick it up. And first they put the wrong groceries in his car. Like, I stayed home because, like I said, I don't feel good. I don't want to go out in public. I stayed home and they put all the wrong groceries in his car. And he called me. He's like, did you get tortillas and Fruit Loops? And I was like, no, I did not get tortillas and Fruit Loops. So we had to he had to wait to get the right stuff. But this Kroger said that they were out of salmon, which was a main portion of my next meal that I'm going to be having. So I have to run to Kroger probably sometime tomorrow. I might go on my lunch to pick it up. But I'm going to be making salmon bowls, which I will tell you everything that I'm going to be using to make that. But I was just upset. I was like, you don't have any salmon. You put the wrong groceries in. It's this one specific Kroger. And I should know not to go to it because it's the one that completely messed up. Like, my first weekend I moved into this house and Josie was super sick and I was like so scared to leave her. They messed up my order twice. I drove back, and I should have checked. I will say I should have checked, but I was so frantic that Josie was gonna get sick all over my house because that's what she'd been doing all day. I didn't want her to be alone. So I was rushing back and forth, and they messed up my order twice. And I didn't even get to keep the groceries that they messed up, which was dumb. Anyway, so sorry for my little rant, my little story time, but I'm going to get everything else that I'm going to make besides the salmon for the salmon bowls, and I'm going to tell you how I'm going to be making these bowls. Okay, so for these salmon bowls, it's basically just a twist on the salmon that I've been having with rice, but I saw it on TikTok and it looked really good the way that they put these bowls together. So, okay, so you're going to take your fillet of salmon and you're going to cut it up into bite-sized pieces. There's Josie. She's popping in to say hello. So you're going to cut them up into bite-sized pieces. And then what I like to put on my salmon to cook it, which if you guys don't know, I cook my salmon in the air fryer because I think it's super easy and it comes out crispy and just delish. I preheat my air fryer to 400 degrees for 4 minutes. And then I cook my salmon 400 degrees, 4 minutes, 400 degrees, 6 minutes. I try to cook my salmon a little longer, but since they're bites, I'm probably gonna do 4 and 4 and just see, kind of like see what's happening. But anyway, on my salmon, I put some smoked Spanish paprika, some garlic powder, salt, and pepper. So those are the seasonings that I'm gonna put on my salmon, cook them up. While my salmon is cooking, I'm going to cook a bag of this white rice. I just get this boil in a bag rice. It's super easy. It's what I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna cook up some of this. And then once that's cooked, I'm gonna put a little bit of rice vinegar in it and mix it just to give it like a little bit of a zingy taste. And then I'm gonna add some shredded carrot. You can add as much as you want, especially if you're on Weight Watchers, because carrot's 0 points and it kind of bulks up your meal. So I'm gonna have my rice, my carrots, and then I'm gonna put my salmon on top. You can add avocado, you can add cucumber, you can add whatever you want, extras, but I'm keeping it a little bit more simple. I'm gonna top it with some sesame seeds. I have these in my pantry from when I made maybe it was like a General Tso's soup or something like that, but I've had these sesame seeds that I needed to use up, so I was like, what a perfect way to add them into my bowl. So for a little bit of crunch, I'm gonna have sesame seeds, and then on top, I'm going to sprinkle on some sriracha. The TikTok that I saw, they made a spicy mayo, but I'm not really into mayo, and I like sriracha by itself. So I'm either going to add the sriracha, or I'm gonna use my Terry Ho's Yum Yum sauce, just because I love this stuff and I think it's so good. So those are the 4 meals, like base meals, that I'm gonna be having this week. I always add in pizza, typically on Thursdays, but I don't know what day I'm gonna add it. I made plenty of videos about my pizza and how I make it. I'll make sure to link one of the videos to how I make my pizza in the description box. But yeah, that pretty much concludes this video. Sorry I'm not like super bubbly and energetic. I don't feel the greatest, but I still wanted to get something out for you guys because I didn't get anything out on Thursday. So if you guys like scheduled Sundays and videos like this, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below what you're eating this week. And as always, I want you to remember that every day is a new day to pop, lock, and drop those pounds. Bye, guys.